Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Christmas in July reading. We are looking at the Oracle. I think it's called the Oracle. Yeah, the Oracle of the Christmas Spirits. I got this deck on Etsy, and I usually, if you ever want to buy Christmas or like any kind of like holiday cards, always buy them during the summer because they always give discounts on the cards. I've had these for, I don't know, a couple years now, maybe two years. Um, but I wanted a Christmas deck around Christmas time to kind of like, do readings that were more related to the holidays and things. And I found this deck in July, June or July, and I bought it. And it was like 45% off. Um, if you're looking for a deck for any holiday, Etsy is really nice because they're created by individuals. There's not, and the decks are really nice to pick from. There's a whole bunch of them to pick from, as far as like the holiday ones. So this one is called the Oracle of the Christmas Spirit. So welcome to our reading. We're just gonna pull for the collective and see what guidance we need to learn or know or how we can apply it to our life. So your first card is Rudolph's Resolve. Your uniqueness is your greatest gift. Shine your light proudly. So this card is telling you that you are unique, which it's interesting because the first thing I think of is cloning. The whole like science department field, people trying to clone each other, people trying to clone themselves, people trying to clone animals. But yet, no matter how many times you clone something, you can't clone that uniqueness that is just for that individual. Even identical twins, they have their own separate uniqueness. So that's what this is saying, is that if you want to start anything, if you want to do anything, it's okay to look at others to get ideas, but be your own unique self. Don't go out there trying to imitate somebody else. Try to be your own unique self. That's what's going to help you to go further. Stalking surprises. Life is full of small surprises. Appreciate the little things, they hold great joy. So the things that you really are blessed with, often they're not even touchable. The loved ones that truly love you, your health, your peace, your happiness, your inner balance, um, your freedom, like things like that. A lot of it is untouchable because it doesn't have like it holds an energy, it holds a frequency, but it doesn't have a physical purpose. It's everywhere. It's within, it's outside of you. It's in everything that you do in your life that brings you joy, right? So sometimes things don't have to be big. You might see somebody with a beautiful house. You might see someone with an amazing car, but you might not see the stress that they're going through because they want to live a life that requires a lot of abundance financially to make that stuff happen, right? Or you might see someone who has all kinds of whatever they want, they can go and buy because they have that much wealth, but do they have peace? Do they have happiness? Do they have good health? Do they have love? Like, don't take the little things that you have for granted because you're looking at a bigger picture, right? What you come into this world with is just yourself. And what you go out of this world with is just yourself. So be mindful that you are appreciating all the little things, all the little surprises, all the little blessings that the universe is bringing to you. That's what this card is saying for you. Looking at our next one. Snow angels, let your inner child play. Joy lies in the moments when we let go. So don't try to hold on to things But just, don't hold on to the I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to get this done, I got to get that done, I got to have a perfect house, I got to be perfect, I got to do, that's stress, that's conditioning, that's mind control, that's not living your life in the flow. That's overstressing yourself and over worrying and being in an energy that isn't calm and it isn't balanced. And therefore, the universe brings that energy back to you, which is more stress, more, what you want in your life is a reflection of how you live your life, how you feel on the inside, how you go throughout your daily day. So, um, the inner child, a child wants to play. A child wants to enjoy things. A child also wants to be unique. So that comes back to your first card. A child wants to be themselves, right? They want to be their own person. They want to test your boundaries, right? Children love to say no, I don't want to do that, or like. So this is telling you to step outside of conditioning. Sometimes, the world that we live in, we get so conditioned that we suppress our inner child. We forget that we even have an inner child for a lot of us. And because of that, we hold on to too much that we're not really meant to hold on to in a world that goes so quickly that before we know it, our life is gone. It's past. And so this card is reminding you that it's important to let go of the things that you don't need to carry, especially on a daily basis, and try to have some fun. Try to enjoy your life. Enjoy the little things, right? It goes back to your second card of the small surprises, the little things that come in that brings the joy. Take go out for ice cream. I love driving around my community and seeing families and people and stuff. I do that with my daughter and my sons and stuff. We will often just stop and out of the blue, I'll just say, "Hey, you guys want an ice cream cone?" And they're like, "Ah," everybody's happy. Everybody's happy with ice cream. So like that's what this is saying. It's like you don't have to know what's going to happen every single moment, and you don't got to live in an anger energy, in a resentment energy, in a stressful energy. Try to live again. Try to be happy and live your life from a place of joy. Mistletoe moments, love in all its form. It's the most powerful magic of this season. Yeah, this card is really telling you that material things are nice, but it doesn't really matter if the love's not there, right? You really want to hold on to the love in this situation and yourself. Love yourself. Heal from whatever it is that is causing you to maybe hold yourself back or have negative energies about something. Allow yourself to heal and really like do something that you have been putting off that you need to do. Do something that your heart is calling you to do. I feel like you need to do something that's child related, something that really makes you just, if you like to go ice skating, go ice skating. Like just take some time and say, I'm gonna do this today. I'm gonna make this happen. If you like ceramics and painting and things like that, but you're tired, you never have the time, take time to do it. Just don't make an excuse and just do it because you're going to be grateful that you did. You're going to be thankful. Your inner child is going to be grateful that you took the time to love yourself. And maybe if you just like say, okay, you know what? I need to do this, this, and this, but I'm going to go do this right now. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to make an excuse. I'm not going to say no. I'm going to give myself time to do this. If you just step into that energy and you feel that energy, then there's a good chance that you will return to that again and again and again. You'll miss it. If you do it once and it feels so good, then you might decide to do it again and again and again. And that's where a lot of your healing comes in. That's where you can help yourself to let go of anything that's stressing you out that's not meant for you. That's where you can see your true uniqueness and the importance of being unique come in. Golden bells. Listen to the sounds of joy ringing in your life, even in the quietest moments. Yeah, this is all about really tuning in on yourself. This reading has to do with self-love and finding yourself again. I feel like whoever is watching this reading, you may have had, a loss in your life or a transition in your life, and you just really need to come back to your heart space, come back to realignment and inner balance with who you truly are. If you've been under a lot of stress or you've been doing things or growing a family or anything like that, sometimes it's very easy to get disconnected from our happiness, from our childlike energy, from just smiling and actually feeling that real smile within because we just get busy. We get so busy and so dedicated and so distracted. And this reading is really telling you your angels, the universe, the creator, like your spirit team, like they're really coming in here telling you to just pause and look at all the blessings. Just pause and look at what really makes you happy. Is it really what you're going after? Is it the, big, huge house? Is it the expensive car? Is it the fancy clothes? Or is it more than that? Is it love? Is it healing? Is it inner balance, inner peace, forgiveness? Like, what are you really going after? And are you loving yourself? Because here's the thing, when you really start showing yourself, when you really start enjoying those little surprises and you really start loving yourself on the inside, for who you are, and you let that child energy come out, you're not going to care who has what. You're not going to care. You're not going to care about having an expensive house, expensive car. You're going to care about what really matters, having a home, right? A place that you love being, a place that makes you feel relaxed and calm and happy. It's not going to be about having the best house on the block, or having a fancy car, but do I have a vehicle that gets me from point A to point B? There's a lot coming in here when it comes to truly enjoying what you have and being grateful. The universe really is reminding you of the importance here of gratitude. Gratitude in understanding that everything you have, you worked for. You made all of this happen. It doesn't matter if it's not, high class material things, it's yours. And you've worked hard for it and you've done the work to achieve everything. And don't allow the outside world to corrupt your thoughts and your heart and stuff to the point where you truly miss your true meaning of your life and where you are and where you want to be and how you want to live, right? That's what this is saying. And then we have Santa's secret. The secret to joy is giving without expectations and loving without conditions. There's so many people, they do this with IOUs, you know. I've been dealing with this in my life. Mm. And people do things, but they keep this mental note like, well, I helped this person do this, this, and this, so I'm entitled. I'm entitled to this, this, and this. I have entitlement. Um, or they do something for you, and without you realizing it, they're keeping a list of IOUs, in the background. In their head, they're holding IOUs against you. Even if you might not even know it. You might not even realize that this person has done it. But then whenever this person needs you for something and you're like, "Oh, I got prior obligations. Well, I did this, this, and this for you. You owe me." And there's that surprise IOUs, and it's like, "Oh, well, I didn't know that you were keeping tabs on what we were doing for each other. I thought you were just helping me because you were helping me." So this is definitely reminding you that you don't be mindful of those that come into your life because not everybody has the same heart as you. Not everybody's going to come and help you because they love you or because they care or because they're a good person. Some people are going to have those IOUs. Some people are going to have those expectations. Some people are going to feel like they're obligated even though they're not. Um, but in their own mind, in their own belief system, they believe that they are because that's what they believe. because that's what they taught themselves, told themselves, whatever, and there's no point in arguing with those kind of people. But this is just a reality check for you. Don't become them. Remind yourself that you are better than that. Don't do something if you're going to have a cord attached to it and going to have expectations from somebody out of it, right? Be your true authentic self. Okay. And your true authentic self is a loving, kind person who does things for others because that's just who you are. So be mindful when you do something. Make sure you don't slip into that energy, because sometimes, it's very easy to have people around you that might, have that IOU energy with people, and you kind of like slip into that energy with them. Like, well, if I do this, would you mind doing this? Like, but that might not be your true energy. So just check yourself if you need to. Pay attention to who you are. The universe isn't calling you out. It's not calling you a bad person or anything, but this just might be like a um are you on the right track? Check in with yourself and make sure you're not out of alignment. Make sure that you're not doing the whole IOU kind of energy, or I'll do this with the expectations of this and this, but make sure you are staying true to you. Okay, make sure that you are showing up true to you. So we have winter's wisdom. The stillness of winter holds great wisdom. Be patient and let it unfold. Okay, so whatever is happening in your life right now, you cannot rush this situation. You need to allow it to unfold. Do something else to preoccupy your mind. Get your mind off of it. Do what you need to do and what you're asked to do, and then give it to the universe and walk away. Like, let it go. Just give it to the universe, creator, source, your ancestors, and trust that it'll work itself out, and stay focused on what you need to do, where your energy truly needs to go. Do not allow your energy to be depleted by worrying or thinking or distracting about something that doesn't even really involve your energy, and because you could be using that in a better way, more successfully, right? So don't try to force anything. Keep moving on, and just keep moving on and let things work out however they're meant to work out. So you have the red cardinal. When you see the red cardinal, know that loved ones are near, guiding you with love. Um, yeah, that's interesting because I was driving one day and there was this red cardinal in the middle of the road, and I knew instantly I had to get out and get it. I had to get out. I don't know why, and I stopped like in the middle of the road on almost like a it wasn't like a curve. I was a little bit past. I was before the curve, but I was so afraid of the bird getting hit with a car coming around the curve and hitting it. So I jumped out and I grabbed it and I put it in my hand. And I was like, okay, what do I do with this bird now? Well, I got to get out of the middle of the road. I got to get my car out away from the curb so nobody hits me. And I was just driving, and this bird was just sitting in my hand. I was just sitting there. It didn't try to fly. It didn't try to go anywhere. I brought it home with me, and my daughter right away was like, oh my gosh, it's a bird, it's a bird." And we got an old cage that we had. It was cleaned, but we had it like put away because we wasn't using it at that particular moment. And we put the bird in the cage, gave it some food and stuff because we had birds ourselves anyways. And we were just like observing it because we didn't know if it was hurt. And it just kind of sat there. And I took it out, and my daughter sat and held it, and it just sat in her hands. And it didn't show any signs of bleeding or injury or anything. So we just like sat and enjoyed our time with it. And then it flew away. So just know that the spiritual world comes to you in many different ways, many different signs. There could be lots of signs from the spiritual world. Pay attention to nature. Often our spirit team comes to us in nature, feathers, um, things that appeared out of nowhere and you don't understand why they're there because there's no reason for them to be there. Animals, certain animals, maybe the way an animal might act towards you, such as the bird, how it acted towards us. Like it's going to stick out. It's going to be, it's going to be something that sticks out, that is very different from your norm. And you're going to know, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel that connection. And that's just your spiritual team coming in a physical form to just kind of support you. Right. So midnight magic. The magic of Christmas comes to life when you believe in its wonder. Yeah, so this is that child energy coming back here, right? Believe in yourself. Believe in the magic again. Children see Christmas um as like a magical experience, right? They see a lot of things. When we are children, we see a lot of things in like a magical view. The world hasn't had a chance to close down our heart and to close off that belief that magic exists and that life is full of unexpected situations and that you can always believe in anything. And so we kind of like get dimmed down, and then our child energy of believing and creating and being authentic and going through different stages of who am I, it kind of fizzles out as you become an adult. And so this card reminds you that you are magic. You are magical. You can make anything happen. You just have to believe. I'm going to leave it there. I feel like with this reading, the universe is just really reaching out to you, reminding you, don't get focused on the physical, material. Pay attention to what really matters, which is within you. Get in touch with your true inner child self. Love again, laugh again, live again. Notice the little things, the little magic in the perfect cup of coffee, or the smile from somebody that you don't know, or the little child that wants to shake your hand, right? Like pay attention to the priceless things, the things that don't carry a heavy burden or a heavy price tag, but the things that come to you daily, just as a reminder that you're seen, you're wanted, and your life matters, right? So I hope this reading has helped you. Thank you so much for being here with our Christmas in July, and have a great day. Bye.